Welcome to Sisters in the Spirit broadcast. Get ready for a healing experience with life coach Miranda McGhee. Remember, you can begin again. Now, let's join life coach Miranda McGhee.
Welcome to Sisters in the Spirit broadcast. I'm your life coach for today. I'm Prophetess Miranda McGhee, and God has something special for you today. I have a special guest, Lady Deborah Kemp from Tony Kemp Ministries out of Illinois. So she has amazing things that she wants to share with us today. And one of the things that I was really blessed in, as I connected with her and her husband in Illinois, one of the most impressive things that she would always talk about health. And then when I realized that how much they travel, I could remember asking her, well, how do you stay healthy on the road? So today our topic is healthy on the road as they travel and share the good news of Jesus Christ. She's going to tell us how to be healthy on the road. So our first part of this is going to be ministry on the go.
Yeah.
How do we handle that? Tell me a little bit about your traveling. I'm sure that all the places that you've been fortunate to be able to embrace, I'm sure some of them are so memorable. But tell me a little bit about ministry on the road.
Well, one of the things that is so important when you're traveling, and that's really hard to do, is being hydrated. Because when you're on a plane, you don't want to drink a lot of water. You don't want to get up and go to the bathroom on the plane, you know. Or you don't want to drink too much before you get on the plane because you don't want to miss your plane. And then when you get to the hotel, sometimes you're busy with meetings, and sometimes you don't get a chance to drink water. But number one, you need to drink lots of water. Sometimes you're not tired, you're dehydrated.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Give me an idea about how much traveling do you all do? I remember your calendar last year, and it was overwhelming.
It's doubled this year.
Wow. Isn't God good?
Yeah, sometimes we have maybe 1 or 2 days at home.
Wow.
And I was complaining about that we didn't have very much time at home. And then this last time we were home, we were on the road 3 weeks.
Wow.
And then home 2 days and then back out.
I know. I was supposed to try to make that trip with Katie Souza and Patricia King. Oh, I'm sure God used your husband phenomenally.
Awesome.
She has one of the most dynamic, pure-hearted pastors that I have ever met. Mm-hmm. And I have worked for many pastors and served them, and with my marketing business, had a lot of engagement with many pastors. But I love his heart, and his pureness has just always been so amazing. So as you guys travel and minister and attend all these conferences with all these amazing supernatural seers, tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, it's exciting. It's so exciting because, it used to be that you didn't have very many seers. And now you have more, and so then you don't feel so abnormal.
Wow!
But I noticed that when the more you minister, I noticed that it's important not to eat late at night because your food just doesn't digest, and so you can't sleep very well at night.
Wow. Yes, and our next part of this topic is anointed and healthy. Yeah. So many pastors, and they've said this to me over and over, different ones will, kind of tell them some little healthy, health tips about monitoring their weight and things of that nature. And I can remember one man that God said, I'm anointed, God's got me. He's going to cover me. And I said, okay, but you need to be anointed and healthy. So what is your perception on anointed and healthy?
Well, as you get older, you'll find out that you can't do all that. You can't eat real heavy and go to bed. It'll tell on you. because the enzymes your stomach enzymes to digest your food, it becomes less as you get older. And I thought it was just a myth that old people said, oh, I don't eat heavy before I go to bed. I found out they know what they're talking about.
Wow.
You know, and so that's one of the things we had to stop doing, is eating real heavy at night. Maybe eating your meal earlier through the day. Maybe even taking protein shakes when we're fasting, to make sure you keep the muscle mass.
Yes.
You know, I've done more research on different types of vitamins that is better for you. I carry a little small blender with me on the plane with me, and so I make smoothies in the hotel, and I'm training more ministers to throw a few vegetables and fruits and vegetables in your bag and your blender, and when you get there, make your protein shakes, make your smoothies, and so you can get some really, really good nutrition. So you can have a smoothie for 2 meals, and then if you want to eat a big meal at lunch, then that's, that'll be fine. But that way you're actually getting more nutrition.
Absolutely.
And it's quick, it's easy. It's not where you're not so weird. I used to do a lot of juicing, but it's kind of hard to juice in a hotel.
Yes. Well, you've just covered my next one, get a plan. But this next one, we're going to elaborate a little bit more because it's very dear to my heart. Unhealthy pastors, unsatisfied mate. So you've got this pastor that feels that he can just wing it. God's going to cover him. He's unhealthy. He's having health issues. So you've got this mate that says, I'm unsatisfied because the man that I love is becoming unhealthy. If that's you, let's see what Lady Deborah has to say about that. Talk to me about that unhealthy pastor.
Well, if you're the wife and you're trying to tell your husband not to eat something or not to do something, most likely it's not going to work.
Okay.
The best thing to do is talk to the Father. You're his daughter.
Hallelujah.
Get up on Daddy's lap and tell him about how his son is not acting right. And you can pray. And I've done this. I have prayed and believed God. And then my husband says, I think I'm going to do so and so. And it becomes his idea.
Okay.
And he thinks, oh my goodness, I think that's a good idea. And I said, you know what, that's a good idea. But
that's a wise woman.
Well, you have a choice. You have a choice. You got to be careful, because you can be either his wife or his mother. And if you become his mother, there's less benefits.
Absolutely.
Being his mother. And I get the whole check being his wife. I get the whole check.
I like it.
And nobody wants to go to bed with their mother.
Absolutely.
And so you have to be careful about how you do it. And then the other thing I do is, if I want my husband to be more healthy, I become healthy.
Wow.
And then he sees how much energy I have, how much better I feel. And then he says, what you taking? I said, oh, not much, And then he keeps seeing me being consistent about what I'm doing. And then before you know it.
Yes. So you addressed the healthy pastor. Now, what about the unsatisfied mate? And this is for the mate that it's gone to an extreme. The healthy probably started in depression and escalated into bad health. And now it's affecting the intimate, the private time, the relationship. Give some words of wisdom to that woman or to that husband that's looking and saying, Lady Deborah, help me with my wife. That pastor is saying, I need to hear what she's going to say right now.
Well, I'm going to just give it to you straight.
Straight and raw is, I like it that way.
Well, if your husband is eating a lot of pork and beef, his cholesterol is probably up.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime your cholesterol's up, your arteries are clogged.
Mm-hmm.
And if your arteries are clogged, he's probably not performing very well sexually.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, and then probably the doctor has already checked that out and put him on cholesterol medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already a noted fact that cholesterol medicine decreases their sex drive.
Wow.
And most likely, the next thing is he's going to be on blood pressure medicine, which also will decrease his sex drive.
Wow.
So he's going to have to get off some of the meat products.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to really have to have a real lifestyle.
Yes.
And then you're going to have to start talking. Yeah, he's probably not even talking to you about any problems that he's having because of the shame and guilt.
Yeah, and whatever is really weighing heavy on his
heart. And he
heart.
might not even know why he's having this problem. Right. The doctors probably just keep on giving him medicine and keep on giving him medicine, plus with the cholesterol problem and all. And so.
Absolutely. And, I've worked with many pastors. I consider myself very fortunate to have been able to do that. But I also know that pastors have a lot on their hearts and on their plates. They don't have plates. They have platters. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
They have platters, multiple platters,
Mm-hmm.
because they are the shepherds over God's people, and they have to minister to them. And until my husband and I really start pastoring, I thought working for a pastor, I thought I really knew, a lot of the influx that came in. But oh my God, it's nothing like filling the actual shoes and seeing the needs and how they pull on you, and then to have the administration, the weight of a ministry, taking a ministry to the next level, taking the people of God to the next spiritual level, and so many others, and while they're taking care of their memberships' families, they have a family as well. So we definitely are going to intercede and pray for that pastor and that pastor's wife, that the blood pressure is going up and things are happening, and he's believing God, but God also gave doctors.
Right. But also she can start doing some research on her own and finding out the different foods that he needs.
Yes.
And instead of being preachy, she can be very creative in her cooking.
That sounds good, preachy.
Yes.
Yeah, you normally say nagging.
Yes. But, and get creative. First, when you first start, he's not going to want to, I don't like that, that's different. But you have to get very creative in your cooking style. Stop eating out as much. And then be very creative in how you cook.
Yes.
And do some different types of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, and to the pastor's wife, your first ministry is that husband. That's your first ministry. And life without him could be very interesting to take a shift in your life. So I'm just going to pray for the wisdom of God upon you, and that God will give you strategy. He will give you wise counsel and divine counsel to be able to minister to him. I tell so many of the women that I mentor all the time, I tell them, make your husband your project. What does a woman do when she gets a new project?
Yes,
oh my excited. Goodness. She's all excited about her new project, what she's going to do. She's got a journal. She's got it by her bed. Every time she talks to someone, it's all about her new project. Well, your husband needs to be your new project, or your wife. Let me just say this, because we're using the gender of the woman, but that does not necessarily mean that this can't apply to both, because definitely we have some women that are unhealthy and not taking care of themselves as well. But we want to make sure that while you're traveling and doing the things of God and the work of the kingdom, that you do it in health and be health conscious. Just the little while that I've known Lady Deborah, in many a days, God would put wisdom and a rhema word in her mouth. And I knew it was God. She would even say it kiddingly or something. And next thing I know, she's sending me some vitamins in the mail and different things and telling me, this is the protein shake. You need to take this. You need to do this. You know, so, and I thank God for her. I thank God for her for loving me enough to be able to notice things about me and to know what I need and give me that wisdom. So I say unto you today, healthy on the road is the key. What about the time of rest? Tell me, do you and your husband have a time that you rest and you decide, I'm going to rest, or what is that like? Okay, there is such a thing, right?
Yes.
Or is it between planes? Or
Yeah.
In between airports?
Yeah. We're good at that.
Oh, but I hear there's a special trip coming up soon. Yes.
There's a trip coming up. But the one thing we do is, even when, sometimes people rest, but they don't rest their mind. Mm-hmm. My husband's very good at resting his mind, and he's taught me how to rest my mind.
Yes.
And
relax.
And relax and stop thinking. Yeah.
I have an aunt, and she says all the time, that's her favorite word, walk in the rest, the rest of God, constantly, and getting this body to relax and shift into that place of rest. So we're going to end this segment. I hate to do that because I enjoy talking to you so much. You're filled with so much wisdom for God's people. But today we're going to end this segment, and I just want to say unto you, be healthy. Even on the road, even as you do God's work and God's kingdom work. Just remember that you can tune in to Lady Deborah, meet her on Facebook, you become her friend. She has a wealth of information that you definitely want to get a part of. And of all things, please remember to visit her website. And remember, this is Sisters in the Spirit, your life coach, Miranda McGhee, and we are talking healthy on the road. I pray that you've been blessed. That's something. And if you were convicted by anything that was said in this broadcast today, that's God. If you're watching this, that's God. It's not by accident. That's God saying it's time to be healthy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. This is Prophetess Miranda McGhee, and I have an exciting guest here with us. We are on Sisters in the Spirit broadcast with Lady Deborah Kemp. She has something exciting. Women, I want you to get excited. There's something coming to Bloomington. Tell us about what's happening in Bloomington.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to have our second women's conference, and we're going to have fun. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to talk about real issues. We're going to pull that stuff out of the closet, and we're going to talk about real issues. We're going to talk about depression. We're going to talk about that sad feeling. Some of you just have sad feelings and what to do about that. We're going to give you some real skills on how to deal with that. We're going to give you golden nuggets on how life lessons and how to deal with some life things, and then on top of that, we're going to have good food. You don't have to bring your little knapsack, a little brown bag. We're going to give you a wonderful breakfast. We're not going to have cream cheese or yogurt. We're going to give you a full breakfast, and we're going to give you a full lunch, and then on top of that, to top it all, we're going to have a makeup artist from Chicago that from 4 to 5 that's going to give you, update your makeup, because makeup's always changing.
Yes.
And so she's going to come down and she's going to update her, show us how to update our makeup and just give us a little fresh look. So you're going to go home well-fed, encouraged, and look glamorous.
Yes.
And also we're going to have things to buy at Deborah's boutique. We're going to have shoes, clothes, jewelry. And so just come, and we're going to have so much fun. And it's only $35 for all of that.
Wow. That is awesome. It's time for a mind change, a women's conference in Bloomington, Illinois. I want you to go to Deborah's website at www.deborahscorner.net. Click on the women's conference. Now, talk to me about Pastor Nancy Ambiera.
Oh my goodness. I just met her and she is so funny. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is
Oh my
awesome.
goodness. She keeps you laughing, but yet and still she gives so many spiritual things that you need. And oh my goodness, she will just keep you laughing.
That
and
is awesome.
she's this awesome woman of God, just awesome woman of God.
And I hear that you're going to be sharing Deborah's nuggets.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I can't
I'm
wait
gonna
to
bring out
share.
my secrets. I'm gonna bring out my secrets.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Pastors, wives, and women, you want to be in Bloomington, Illinois. That is the place to be. It's going to be on October 15th this year, 2016. You need to be preparing for that. Go to her website. Again, that's www.deborahscorner.net. Click on the women's conference. There's a whole bunch of information in that makeup artist.
Oh my goodness.
Linda Forbes. Oh,
Oh
my
my-
goodness. I am
yes.
excited about her as
Yes,
well.
yes.
So you can register to be able to also be able to schedule to have a session with her on site. Is that awesome or
Yes,
what?
yes.
Now, she did mention that registration is $35. You can do that online and take care of that. You want to do that. And
Yes.
it does include lunch and breakfast as well. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, Lady Deborah, I am excited. I'm excited for your conference. I know this is your second year.
Yes.
I'm praying for the glory to
Yes,
reign.
yes, yes.
I know this is in conjunction with the Encountering the Supernatural
Yes.
with your husband.
Yes.
So her husband's conference is Encountering the Supernatural. That's Apostle Tony Kemp. You don't want to miss him. On the October 15th of the conference will be the Women Enrichment. And that is going to be where you will be able to hear all of this wonderful things that she shared with us. Remember again, it's time for a mind change. Bloomington, Illinois. Thank you and see you there.
Sisters in the Spirit broadcast is sponsored by the Nabi Healing Center. Visit us online at www.nabihealingcenter.org.